Oh my gosh, I'm not the only one awake on Saturday morning. Good morning. I don't know who's there, but good morning, my loves. Whoa, it's been intense. The channeling's been intense. So when you're done with this video,
the Census Bureau is hiring thousands of temporary workers across the country to apply online.
I log into my own thing on my computer because I like to see your comments, and y'all know I have bad eyesight. So when you're done with this video, go watch the Scorpio video that I did yesterday. At about, not the whole thing, just go to minute. Sammy B, thank you for your message yesterday. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. It's been intense. Yesterday, you'll see the last video I did was the Scorpio video, and I was planning, because I'd started these videos, I got woken up in the middle of the night by Capricorn again. And the funny thing is, last year, oh my goodness, Adriana, thank you so much, sister. Good morning, beautiful. Cody, good morning from Australia. So cool. What time is it in Australia? I get them a little later here, so take a second. Oh yeah, I have my thing open for a reason. Hold on. I bet you I get them on time over here. Midnight. See, it's not up there yet. Good morning, Gay. Beautiful, you guys. I have an Aunt Gay. Okay. So, God, y'all, it's so intense. I'm excited to tell you everything, but I don't know how to almost like verbalize it. So Spirit's like, just get on. I'll help you. But I have to tell you what happened. So yesterday, if you saw, I posted 3 videos, and I got woken up at midnight, like, it's time to do Cappy. And the funny thing is, for all my Capricorns out there, that's how I got, like, that's still my biggest hitting video, was my Capricorn video from last year. Like, I woke up in the middle of the night. It's back when my hair was real short and it's all sticking up like crazy. And I was like, Capricorn, you woke me up. And Michael Bublé was there. And I'm pretty sure to this day, if me and Michael Bublé met, he'd be like, what were you doing in my bed that night? Because he woke up and looked at me like, what are you doing in my bed? And it was like shirtless. And I was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what am I doing in your bed? And he goes, go do Cappy. And I was like, Cappy? Oh, right now? I don't want to right now. And he goes, no, right now. And he goes, who's Cappy? What does that mean? He didn't even know what he was saying. And he was looking at me like, who are you? And why do I have to tell you this? Like, seriously, I'm going to meet this guy one day and he's going to be like, you. Anyway, so I got woken up by Capricorn again. Cody, I remember. Yes. Oh my God, it was so ridiculous. Like, half of my subscribers are from that video. So it was just so intense. And I remember saying in that video, and I still mean it to this day, how lucky am I? This waking up in the middle of the night to help guide the teachers of this world. And I didn't say that then because I didn't know yet what I was doing. But I said, how lucky am I? This is a gift, not a curse. And I was raised to believe that what I have is, not a curse, but, I wasn't raised to step into it the way I have. And I want to help following generations of empaths and clairs and psychics and crystals and whatever rainbow farts are out there, right? All of you attracted to the soul tribe, light workers. I want to help these teachers, you. I got to get used to this camera thing. It's like over here now. But I want to help you to understand that's everything I'm saying. Those swords, Spirit said that they would talk. Like I said, I'm here to help you do this. I'm here to help you see how it all happened, right? Many of you may still be here where you don't understand yet that these are not meant to happen to you. My loves, they were meant to happen for you. I'm here to help you do this. I'm here to help you do this. Look how he's looking at it. Look at it. Look at it. I'm going to cry in this video. It's going to be a powerful one. Spirit wants you to take off this blindfold and look at it. Shine a light into the dark places. And I'm not here telling you this. I'm here doing it with you. I'm here doing it with you. We're both on our knees. Right here, what I see? This is spirit guide in a way, right? And look at us on our knees begging. We are both on our knees. And we may not fully understand yet, okay? But it's coming, my love. You see the eclipse? It's coming. 11 viewers right now. So, oh my God, y'all are not going to believe this. So go after this video and watch. I have them all, like, if you haven't noticed, I've rearranged the playlists again. Well, the playlists are all the same, but there's 2020 now. But I've rearranged my page to have sections, earth, air, fire, water. So you can just homepage, go right to yours. So Virgo, right? I have moments of organization. So in my Scorpio video, the last video I did, the plan was to go live right after. Because I woke up at midnight channeling for Cappy. It was a great reading. All three were great. All three were, you know. But I was going to go live right after because I was done at 4 a.m., you know. And I was like, well, may as well go live. I'm still energetic. I was pumped up from it, you know. These kind of videos, they don't usually drain me. Personal readings can, because I take on the energy and I hold it for a while. And I can't help it. It's just, I'm a healer. It's what I do. And I'm sure many of you do this on the daily. Just because you don't have cards while you do it doesn't mean you're not doing it, right? And that's, again, what I'm here to help you to do. So in the Scorpio video, if you probably go to, I think it happens at exactly 3:57. But if you go to about 3:55, 3:50, whatever, you want to see me, I'm sitting there shuffling, and y'all know how I am. Like, you know how I shuffle, and I just sit there and I'll sit there and talk. And if one buzzes, right? Somebody asked me the other day, when one buzzes, is it an actual buzz or not? Please remind me to get back to that if you're curious. Never ending story, right? This is how I felt. This is how I felt. Never ending story. How many of you feel like this? My gosh. When's it going to stop? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sorry. So much is coming through channeling wise, and you know I see patterns. So I'm sitting there shuffling like this. Any Scorpios out there? Anybody see this video? And I go like this. I go. There was an entity there. And it wasn't of the light and it wasn't of the dark. And it's hard to explain. It was having a heart. It was having a heart. It's still having a heart. So it hasn't left me since then. And the reason I'm telling you to go watch is so you can know that this thing is still here. And it doesn't know how to communicate, but it's so excited that I see it. And so it keeps tapping and making noise, like trying to get my attention. And it's not, at first you'll see me in the video, I was like, you are distracting me, making noise over here. And I don't think anybody that doesn't know me understood that was an entity and not like a dog or something. You know, they probably thought I was talking to a dog because I never explained in the video. But you guys know me. So, well, I mean, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Val. I'm a channeler. I'm terrible at this YouTube thing. Anyway, so this thing hasn't left. And I really want to be sleeping right now. I've hardly slept. I mean, I've napped here and there, but it was more like exhaustion. This thing keeps making noise, but then on top of that, the dreams are intense. And this is where I'm going with this. So I woke up with this purely, like, this dream was not a dream. I was somewhere else. It was so real. You've all tasted at least one real dream in your life, I'm sure, but I can't I'm not going to even try. I'm just going to tell you how it was. I couldn't see myself, but I was me within. And I was sitting next to the picture that you see. The girl with the band over her head, it looked just like her, but I knew it was my sister, like from this life, my sister, who has passed on. And in the dream, we were sitting Indian style, like this, and we were skinning like a hide. I've never ever skinned an animal. I've never done it. I've never even hunted. I mean, it's crazy. I was in the army. I'm great with weapons, all that stuff, but I've never wanted to kill anything. You know, I've never had a desire to kill anything. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. So it was very strange for me to be in this scenario because I don't know anything about it. But in the dream, I knew exactly what I was doing. It was totally normal. The smell was extremely pungent and I could smell it. And that was normal. And I remember thinking, don't breathe through your mouth. You don't want to get any of the flies in your mouth. There were flies on it. And we were just sitting there singing, like humming, you know? And you guys, this is so nuts. Half of you probably are going to think I'm nuts. So in the dream, I'm going to cry. She was my niece, but we were like best friends. And I remember like the knowledge was all there, if that makes sense. Like I was in that life, but I was also half in this life. And she said her name was Manila. And I started laughing. And I said, no, she did not name me that. And I was actually talking about my mother in this life, who apparently was my sister in that life. But I was much closer to age to, I know this is confusing, to my niece, who was my sister in this life. Does that make sense? I hope you guys are following. It's so much easier in my mind than it is to verbalize. So I said, no, she did not name me that. And she kind of like laughed and she goes, I said, that's so hilarious. And she goes, yeah, I guess it would be where you're from. And so there was this moment where we looked at each other like, oh, right, this isn't real. We had a moment like where she was kind of surprised too. It's like we were in that life for a moment and then my life came into it. And all of a sudden I heard rumbling. And we started humming again, and the humming went like this. But I don't know the words. There were different words coming out of her mouth than the song that I found, because I had to go find like the closest thing to it, and I did. It came actually right up. It was crazy. And I'm not going to explain that part because I don't understand it. Spirit just does things like that for us, I think. Especially with Mercury, is back direct. It's a lot easier. So she starts humming. We're both humming again, and I hear this rumbling. And we had that moment where we both knew for a moment, like, oh no, this is about to end. I'm not going to see you again, you know. And she went back to humming, and she looked down. And I heard the rumbling in the background. And I wasn't sure. I remember being, for a moment, my heart jumped. Like, is it buffalo, or is it a stampede, or is it a tribe? And I still don't know what it was going to be because I woke up. But she looked at me and she said, she lost me twice. And then I woke up and I was bawling. And I feel like she's talking about my mother has lost her daughter twice. And she looked at me like, I shouldn't have done that, because my sister committed suicide in this life. Like, she shouldn't have had to go through that again. It's so emotional. Cynthia, you're amazing. And powerful. And the Spirit really has been channeling to me for the past 2 hours. Wow, this is exactly how I felt. I just cut the deck. This is exactly how I felt. Between two worlds. the channeling that's been coming in is the demystification of this past life thing, right? I know that sometimes it feels like you hear somebody talking about a past life. It's like, I want a past life. What about me? You've all lived thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. That's what Spirit's telling me. Maybe not here. Some of you may be new souls here, right? The more empathic you are, generally, the less lives you've lived in this dimension here. Because you are at a higher dimension. And they don't go in order. They don't go in order. They don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dimension. You're in heaven. They don't go in order. You go where your perspective needs to develop. And we have all had them. Could you imagine? Okay, I think that my sister was trying to show me this. Spirit was trying to show me this. Could you imagine if you had to remember everyone? I think my sister died that day. I think that Spirit took me back to the day she died as my niece. And I thankfully woke up. Or they spared me that. Or maybe I wasn't strong enough to see it. But she died that day, I know, somehow. I felt my heart break twice for a different, I felt it again. But it was an old heartbreak. Like I had to suffer that too. I had to watch her die twice. And wonder what I could have done. But there we go, making it about us when it's their story. Right? What's your story? And what's actually your story? My sister committing suicide was horrific. And of course it affected me on a level that is not even, you can't describe it, right? We've all been through severe suffering. And there is no comparison. There is no comparison. My suffering of losing my sister is the same as a baby the first time it gets colic. It's never known pain in its life. That's why it screams its brains out, because it has gas. But it's never known pain. So that's the worst pain that that baby has ever felt in its whole life. Just like the day my sister died was the worst pain I had ever felt in my whole life. There is no separation when it comes to how much we feel our pain. We can't compare our stories. And likely, we cannot own a story that's not ours. My sister committing suicide is not my story, that was hers. But I took it upon me, like this happened to me. Now I will say it also did not happen for me. I don't think it was meant to make me stronger. I don't think that God said, let's bring this little girl in and kill her just to make her stronger. No, that's not the way it works either. We have free will. She chose to check out because I truly feel she had gotten so far off her divine path due to drugs and other things that her brain literally could never get back to what her divine mission was. And I think that sometimes there are individuals who on some level, whether they know it or not, know that and check out. I'm not saying that's every suicide, but for me and myself and my sister and my story and her story, that's what I feel to be true, and it's what gets me through the day. But I truly feel that that's truth for me. But for so long, I made it my story. Not realizing it, right? Not realizing what I was doing. Sometimes people do things to us. Sometimes people do things that affect us, and we make it our story. Look at what's actually yours. How many of these swords are actually yours to own? I know that, yeah, absolutely. Evolution often only happens through tragedy. If everything was happy-go-lucky and unicorn farts all the time, we would be very happy, I'm sure, but actually I think we would force miserableness because we'd be so bored, right? Whenever our culture becomes too bored, we've seen this. Drama ensues, right? People find ways to create drama because that's how we evolve. That's how we grow. So, past lives. Could you imagine? That was just one that I got, snippet. And I've had a few that have come in recently. But could you imagine if we remembered everyone? The trauma that we would be carrying with us, the drama that we would, oh yeah, well, I used to be a murderer in my past life. Well, I was raped in my past life. I mean, there would be trauma out the wazoo, right? And we would constantly be comparing this life to those. So Spirit chooses, I feel, to share a past life with you when it will be of use in this one. Sammy B and I did a past life reading together, and she had some amazing past lives come out. I'm not going to go into her story, but amazing, truly amazing. But Spirit only showed me what she needed to know for now. I said, you're very old. She's definitely older than I am. She's no lady. No. But she's had trauma, big time traumas that have happened to her in her past lives. And if she were to remember those in full, I think right? If she were to remember those in full, I think it would be very traumatizing. I'm trying to listen at the same time that I'm trying to channel. So they're talking. It's only when you're ready to see it. Yes, when it's going to assist you in this life. And it's not even about being ready. It's not even I really, truly, sorry, Cody, I'm not trying to disagree, but it's not so much about being ready. Some people, like, for instance, Spirit's only showing me so I can show you. These past lives that I've had, are not actually very useful to me. They're useful for you so that I can explain to you on a level to demystify it. Spirit's saying, I never would have given you one because it wouldn't have been helpful in your path. That's how I really feel. I feel like I really didn't need to know any past lives. It doesn't make someone special because they have remembered many past lives. It makes it helpful to them in this life to remember them. So if someone has a whole bunch of past lives, it's probably because they're here to teach something that has to do with those past lives. It's here to teach them something about their current perspective. It's really, truly your higher self calling it in. It's your higher self calling in memories that you now need. Now, this will be happening more often. There will be some of you that are going to have dreams like, whoa, and they don't need to tell you, we weren't all like Helen of Troy or, Joan of Arc or, Hitler. But we were certainly present for all of those times, and we have seen every perspective. That's the whole point of what we're living right now, is to see every perspective of what we can create and be. So yes, you have been the bad guy, the good guy, the whatever you want to call it. You've been it all. And we are all pieces of their energy. Doesn't mean that you are one energy going through all these bodies. We expand as energy, and our energy gets too big to fit in a dimension, and we split, come in. That's what we call twin flames, right? Did I have the soulmate card out earlier? That's what we call twin flames. Twin flames are one soul that was too big energetically to fit into this dimension. And Spirit showed me a picture of this. Like, it has to split in order to fit into this dimension, because the energy is literally too big to fit. And when it does, these two are just one soul, yin yang, trying to grow each. Okay? And if they reach the pinnacle they want, then they can come back together and help raise the collective as one. But if they come in and they don't grow and they come together too early, that's not the mission. They will mirror each other's faults to a toxic level, to the point where it's ugly and not healthy. Now, I have seen twin flames come in, see each other, know that they're meant, and remain somehow on another level, like calm about it. They don't know what they are to each other, but they know it's important, and they stay friends. But they can't ever be too close because they'll keep drawing together like magnets. So they'll keep being in separation. But they just know that's my person, but I have a path. I have something else I'm doing here. Those are more evolved spirits coming in, and that's going to be the newer generation. But the generation probably from me older is more like we come together and then toxicity, and we're forcing growth. We're forcing growth. Let me see what's going on here, y'all. We're probably like, Val, shut up. Okay, awesome. I remember. Okay, so Cody, you have memories of past lives. Cappy, gay, awesome. Oh, okay. Whoa. It just sorry, just now reloaded. Soul family. Toxic, the closer we get. Right, hippie bastard. Raymond. Right? Am I right there? I think I'm right. I think you're the Raymond. I meant to answer you. I have really bad eyesight. So, hi Muse from Turkey. My Gemini. You're such a Gemini. You're my singer too, right? One of my singers. I have two. You know what's funny, hippie? I got a Raymond in my bed right now. That's, I didn't want to freak you out the other day whenever I was in that Pisces reading. My friend Raymond, who had texted me in the middle of the Pisces reading, and he is a Pisces. And I said, hello, Raymond. And I think I freaked you out. So I'm sorry about that. I went back and looked at the comments later. I didn't mean to do that. Although, that's the way spirit works. You know? Try and get your attention. Okay, awesome. Indeed. Okay. So, let's see. That was part of it. So y'all don't forget to go look at that Scorpio video right around 3:55. You're going to laugh your butt off now that I've told you the story, because you're going to get something that nobody else does. Well, I mean, I'm saying it live, but nobody really watches these but my soul tribe, so don't worry. But anyway, so I woke up with this song in my head, and I did find it, but the words are obviously in Navajo. It was Navajo or Sioux. And it's called Navajo Healing Song, and I placed it below. Hi from India. Beautiful, darling. I placed it below. Fork in the road. I placed it below because just so you can go listen to it and hear it for yourself. I don't know what it means, but the words I got were English. So I was kind of singing you the words I had, but it's kind of funny. I don't know. Anyway, the tune is right, but it's funny. Christine Brinkman, thank you so much. That's so beautiful. Yes, I often, in my soul tribe, the longer you're here, the more I start feeling your guides, and they'll start sending you direct messages. That happens a lot. Serendipitously, actually. It was like, I kind of gave you the tune earlier, but the words I heard were like, I'm on my way home. I'm on my way home. Don't you wait for me, though I'm on my way home. Don't you wait for me, though I am on my way home. I keep shuffling, and this fork in the road keeps coming back up. I'm on my way home. I'm on my way home. Don't you wait for me, though I'm on my way home. It's interesting. Man, this is the new channeling. There's a change coming, y'all. There is a shift, a change in the wind, in the direction. There's a reason we've been going through this Scorpio season. We have got to do this. We have got to do this. How? It's so painful. And I know I tell you, pull those swords out, clean out the blood. I'm not done yet either. I'm going through this with you, and it is not easy, but Spirit is saying, shine a light onto what is dark. There's a message for you there. It's not, please don't just walk away. Know what you're walking away from first, so that you can take what serves you, so that you can put in your arsenal what's still important. This did not happen to you. It happened for you. They're saying you will see that. And when you walk away from it, you'll know what was yours and what was left behind. Spirit. Beautiful. Unfinished symphony. Unfinished symphony. Geronimo. Abia. Awesome. Well, there had to be a reason. Oh, I'm on my way home. Look how that home's in the clouds, though. I'm on my way home. Don't you wait for me, though I'm on my way home. The fates. Powers that be, messing with us again. Messing with us again. Just kidding, PTB. We love you. We appreciate the messages, though. They're quite cryptic sometimes. They are quite cryptic. All right. I'm going to pull some of these back together and start to shuffle in something else. All right. I've got 2 different decks here. So my new favorite of the week, you all know how I get stuck on them and I just love them, is the Radiant Wise Tarot. I'm loving it. Because I love, okay, so I love borderless cards. You see the difference here? Weird. These are both 6s. I wasn't meaning for that to happen, but you see the difference? I love borderless. So much prettier, I think. Just more like art, and I can see the symmetry better, especially when they're laying next to each other. There's color changes that I can see more clearly, and sometimes they create pictures together. So pretty neat, pretty neat, pretty neat. Okay, guys. Let's ask some questions. Okay, Spirit. I'm sorry, I know I put past lives up there because I was just really... Does anybody have questions about past lives? Anybody else have questions about past lives? Look, it came out in a different deck when I split it. How funny is that? Wow. Wow. I don't even know where that card went now. Oh, there it is. See the difference? I like this one better. Anybody have questions about past lives? Okay. We'll keep on moving with channeling then. All right, Spirit. What do you got for us today? Sorry I didn't go live yesterday. It was just, like I said, an intense day. It was a really intense day. And once... I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I asked its name, and I don't even want to say him or her. Like, whoever's here is really excited that I know that they're here, but they don't know how to communicate in this dimension. They can make some sounds, and they keep tapping, and like. But yesterday I yelled at it, and I could feel like it got hurt like a dog. Like it was like, like its tail went between its legs. But even though it's not like I can see it. I can see where it's at energy-wise, but I can only really hear it right now. But it doesn't know how to speak in this dimension or make verbal sounds. It may not have a high enough frequency yet. I don't feel anything negative from it, but I also don't feel like it's not of light, but it's not of dark either. It's lost. So I'm trying to help it out. I've got to give it a name. I've asked what its name is. It's not answering me. I have a picture of a Navajo Indian on my wall in my room. There's an animal in it too. What animal? Junebug. No, wait. That is so funny because Jude Rivera is who I call Junebug, and I was just thinking about her, and then Junebug came up. Junebug Rose. Sorry. Judebug is another of our Peter. Why do I keep connecting to Scotland? I feel like I have a past life there, but don't understand. Very often. Okay, so hang on. So yeah, Spirit's saying very often, and this is something I've kind of come to understand recently. When you have like, I won't say obsessions, but like serious interests about a certain area, group, culture, it's very often a past life will come out to you in the future from there. Okay, or that you resonate very much so with that life in this lifetime. Okay, we've probably all had a past life, you know, somewhere, probably all of us in Scotland. Who knows? The perspectives are mind-blowing. That's what Spirit's telling me. Like, you cannot conceive of the amount. Like, there's no number for the infinity of how many lives you have and will create. Okay. But when you have like an obsession with a certain area or culture, Spirit's saying, check it out. Keep doing the checkout, because there is something to know there. They wouldn't be reminding you of it otherwise. Can you help with, I'm feeling such an emotional energy. I don't know what to. Does chronic sickness in this life have any connection with past lives? Spirit? I don't want to answer that for my ego, even though I have my own theories. Spirit? Chronic illness in this life, connection with past lives. Of course. Yes, but only in so much that there was something that has not been learned and you are cycling through. They're saying they're forcing you up right now. And sometimes in order to force you up, they have to push you down. That's what they're showing me. There is some kind of healing that did not happen. You've gotten out of this, though, they're saying. The pity party of it, you went through that. Now it's about, I see it. How do I integrate this and learn the lesson? Remove the sword, right? Remove the sword. It's not always as easy as we think. There's something there for you. They're saying you can call it words, karmic debt, but not really so much as a debt owed as a lesson you have chosen to learn in this life. Okay. Make sure that you're not numbing. Okay? Don't numb through it. Any of you. These swords, it's real easy to self-medicate, engage in toxic behaviors, to feel something other than that. Phoenix, my love, you're here. It's not the same without you. I feel a huge connection with Native Americans. I feel a calling to shamanic healing. Dude, okay, Phoenix, I totally get that vibe from you. And I really think that you need to look into finding yourself a, I thought this the other day. That's so funny that you're saying this. So for all of you that don't know, we don't know each other in human form. We only know each other from here. But yeah, so I feel like you need to find a shamanic, I don't know what the word would be, but guru. You need to study under someone and maybe even make the sacrifice of time. Okay, make the sacrifice of time. I feel like that's part of your path. And if you can sacrifice, what I mean by the time, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of earthly goods. I'm hearing you will need to be celibate for quite a long while. There's an energy, there's a sacrifice that needs to be made, but there is a gift worth pursuing. and there's a gift worth the sacrifice, way above worth it, actually. But not one that I can truly, it's one from God and not one I can truly conceptualize for you, because that would kind of ruin the path itself. Sometimes it's about making the sacrifice without knowing what the reward will be. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, darling. And you really do need to consider that path. Yeah, it's going to be a sacrifice. It's going to be a big one. But like I said, the gift that you will attain, the wisdom, until you do, you're always going to feel like something is missing in your life, they're saying. Your guides have been here for a while, so they're comfortable talking to me. But they're saying that until you make that sacrifice, you're always going to feel like something is kind of missing. This teacher in you, there's more to learn. There's more to learn. But you've pulled your swords out. You had to go through this, but this came out upside down. Yep. This teacher in you is ready to rise. More sacrifice is needed, but you're going to love it. They're saying to meditate. They're saying to meditate on the question, who am I? They're saying it's going to drive you insane and you're going to hate me. Yeah, no swords now. You've pulled them out. You've pulled them out. It's beautiful. And there is someone waiting for you too. Phoenix, are you currently in a relationship? Yeah, there's someone waiting for you after your sacrifice is made. Probably an earth sign. Okay. But you are going to resonate with them once this shamanic journey has begun, either during it or it never ends. So there's always during, right? This eternal transformations that we go through. But she is also gonna yeah, it's definitely an earth sign. She's also going through her own, she's also going through her own stuff. And you guys will connect whenever you resonate, or he's going through his own stuff. I'm not sure. They're not showing me who it is. So I've got this one, and I've also got the King of Pentacles, probably because sex doesn't really matter. They're saying it's your other half of your soul. So what are you going to do? Him or her? That was funny. They've been really on me about using sexes because they're saying we're getting closer to not having those as Gaia rises. That's probably why we have, the stuff going on the macro level that we have going on, but sex is not something that exists in heaven. Or, whatever. Does everyone have a twin flame soulmate? Okay, so yeah, I try not to make my channel too much about that. And I love that you just asked that. I'm not, there's nothing wrong with it. So twin flame is a term that we as humans in this dimension have recently coined. To the vibration of this. When they say twin flame journey, you're welcome, my love. When they talk about twin flame journey, I've said this before. I don't think I'm on a twin flame journey here, although I do think I have a twin flame. When they say twin flame journey, that means that you ascended so much enough in this lifetime that we need to bring you back together with your twin to create even more, to ascend even more. You can't come together with them though until you've fully ascended as this energy has fully ascended to the perfect biggest blossom it can be. And only then can the two come together. Okay, both of them have to, in order for it to be right, in order for it to be good. I'm not saying you can't come together. I'm just saying many times you will force, it's like they're showing me something. Sorry, I get excited. They're showing me, it's like when you garden. If any of my gardeners out there, if you go to somewhere like Home Depot or Lowe's to get your flowers, which sometimes you get great deals, and I can nurse them back to health. I like to get the dead ones and make them come back. You know, it's like freaking 50 cents or $1, and they're like, it's dead. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna make it live. So anyway, but I don't ever buy new stuff there, because here's the deal. They force the growth of the flower. They put a crap ton of what's it called? I don't know why I can't think of the word. You guys know, of the stuff that makes them bloom, the flower hormone stuff that makes them bloom. Why can I not think of the word? I'm such a silly head right now. Okay. Thank you, fertilizer. Oh my God. No, I don't think fertilizer either. Maybe. Yeah, okay, whatever. Well, you know, the kind that force the bloom, it's like that. Whenever twin flames come together early, they force the bloom out. But the thing is when you get it home, it's cracked out on drugs. And since you're not giving it a crap ton of fertilizers, Miracle Grow, something like that. Yeah, which is a fertilizer, right? But they force this to happen. And then the little things are like, you get them home and you're like, the blooms die off, and sometimes they never bloom again, because it really changed what they were on a DNA level, you know, on a cellular level. So it kind of fried them like a crackhead. They're little crackheads, and they're addicted to that fertilizer that forces the growth, right? So it was toxic for them. Very much the same thing. When you come together early with a twin flame, many will become toxic because of this forced growth, to the point that sometimes it screws you up, right? Now, karmic soulmates, hippie, Raymond, karmic soulmates. Yes. And I do kind of, definitely, again, these are all terminologies that we have coined. It's more of, we have labeled a frequency and energy, right? So when you're on that twin flame journey, that just means we all have one. But it's us. Have you ever noticed people that are perfect for each other tend to look like each other? It's kind of funny. Very interesting. I've even met someone and been like, oh my gosh, I think I know your twin flame. But I'm not going to tell them that, because I don't feel like it's time for them to meet yet. But I met someone in Florida who I know their twin flame lives here in Texas. I know it. I know it. It's, their energy is exactly the same. It's like the yin to their yang. It's incredibly insane. So yes, I do believe in it. I don't think I'm on that journey, but who knows? Again, free will. We cannot predict the future. The whole point is to grow so much that we could never predict it. We are creating. Our flowers are blossoming naturally, hopefully. Okay. But there's pain in that, right? Flowers go through the seasons, right? We're in winter. End of autumn, beginning of winter, right? When we have to look at those swords and we have to realize, wow, I'm stronger because of them, right? But not become jaded, right? Look at them. Shine a light in the dark places. It does have something to do with your calling. I promise you that. I promise you that. It has something to do with your calling. Okay? All right. Cody, cool. Okay, so yeah, karmic relationships of the soulmate variety, from my understanding, are that they're always toxic, and they're, you know, you learn something from them, but it never sounds fun to learn. You know, it's basically a pre-contract that you made that, wow, I just split the deck and I got 2 kings. It's a contract that you made. A contract, this stands for contracts, that you made in a previous lifetime or not even a previous lifetime, before you came into this lifetime, you made a contract with another soul that you would help each other in whatever way you needed to if you came into contact, okay? Again, free will. So when your energy comes into contact with that energy, your soul knows on a base level, oh, I have a contract. We're supposed to, it will naturally start to push your energy, and you will naturally start to push their energy in a way that will force growth. It's like healthy fertilizer, even though it doesn't feel like it all the time, because it's forcing growth. It doesn't always feel good, right? Sometimes it does. I've had tons of soulmate relationships that didn't last, that they felt great the whole way through. But get what? Oh, sorry. I got confused there. Y'all are talking between each other. Okay. So, contract. Oh, you're talking about the business thing, because I was talking about contracts, and that's, yeah, I gotcha. Okay. I love that you guys are like connecting in the soul tribe like that. There are going to be many people here that can each help each other in different ways. Okay? All right. So I hope that makes sense with the karmic relationships. Be, as hard as it is, be thankful. Look at that sword and realize it was not meant. These are both 10s, right? This is what these are supposed to end up doing for you. Is that making sense? So be so thankful to that person. You know, again, look at it from this perspective, right? When you're in this perspective, ouch, right? It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Gosh, you guys, I know, right? I've obviously not washed my face today. So I know what it feels like. And then you dip into this, because it's easier to be chained to this jerk than it is to look at this, right? How in the heck did that happen? But when you look at it from this angle, now we don't really know if this is a friend looking at his friend, or if it's his spirit self, which is kind of what I feel. I feel like it's his spirit self looking at it, right? How in the heck did this happen? Right? In this cycle. And then we chain ourselves to this jerk because he blocks us from seeing that, from feeling that, right? When you are able to truly look at it as your higher self, and I know, you guys, how hard it is. I'm still going through it. I'm still feeling it. I still have times when I don't think I can handle the pain. When I feel like I'm more running away than I am looking at it. But through this channel, and through helping you, Spirit's helping me. Yesterday was a really hard day for me, but I learned so much. We're coming into the year of perseverance of 4. Love equals pain. Why do I feel like they go hand in hand? 100% they go hand in hand. Absolutely. Pain. It's like when you have to pop your kid on the butt because they ran in the street. But gosh, that hurts a lot less than getting hit by a car, doesn't it? But again, that's the worst pain that kid might have ever felt. They do go hand in hand. Even though it doesn't feel like it, this was love. It was meant to happen for you, not to you. Val, that must be why I saw you in my dream yesterday, looking like you were holding the whole world on your shoulders. Yes, y'all, Sammy sent me a message, and whenever I get in that zone, I can't talk to anyone. And yesterday was a painful day for me. It was really hard, and I did feel that way a little bit. That's so funny. And I think that sometimes Spirit says you have to feel this in order to teach, right? So it is a responsibility, this job. And I take it very seriously. I want you to know that I do try from the bottom of my heart to stay authentic with you guys. And I try to tell you, like, if I'm speaking from ego, like, hey, this is just my opinion, but you need to leave the bum, right? That's not spirit, that's me. But I have opinions. I'm a human, I'm a person. But I try to stay authentic with you guys. I'm gonna screw up, and I'm literally on the same. If you're attracted to my channel, we're going through the same stuff. So when I'm talking to you, it's because I'm going through it too, right? When I'm telling you about this stuff, it's because I'm going through it too. This year 4 is about realizing what God's trying to offer us and we are not seeing. This year 4 is about walking into it knowing full well that these swords are no longer stabbing us in the heart. We are pulling those out and we're taking them with us. They're in our arsenal. We are transmuting those swords into cups. Right? We can transmute energy. We're transmuting these swords into cups. So no longer, now we don't even need that arsenal. We don't need it. We just need a bunch of cups. Spirits are arsenal. Right? I'm going to need it. We're going to make those cups. And I know it's not easy, you guys. Ah, I want you to be a transmutation master, Phoenix. Do it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Right? When you're able to fully see the cycle and be thankful for those swords, when you can transmute those swords into cups, that is when you have won at this whole game called life. I feel it. I feel it for you. Look at that. Look at that. They're just popping out. Confirmation. Confirmation. Oh, honey. You came to the channel at the right time. I know. I know it feels like that. I know it feels like that. There's going to be a change in the wind for you, though. You're still looking, right? Sometimes we gotta look. That's okay. Soon you'll be ready. You'll be ready. Spirit, what do you want to say about no place like home? I'm on my way home. I know that's not what they said in that, but I think it's so interesting. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right? Only seeing what's spilled. Dude doesn't have any idea there's 2 full cups behind him. No clue. No clue. I always imagine him turning around and getting excited. Oh, I do still have some wine left. And then carrying him back over that bridge into his house. I don't know why. It's so funny. Spirit, what do you want to say about no place like home? No place like home. $50. 5 plus 0 is 5. Struggle. 5. And it's so funny how much I'm looking at his home there. He needs to get his butt back home. Stop worrying about what's lost. This is not the right way of looking at it, right? This is the right way of looking at it. This ain't pretty, but that's the right way of looking at it. And this way, we're feeling sorry for ourselves. And this way, we're doing self-reflection, growth, taking what we can learn and leaving behind what is no longer necessary. In this way, we are blinded, even though we hold the power. This woman holds the power. She holds all the power, and she chooses to stay blind. Right? Like and subscribe. It's like tipping, y'all. It's like tipping. YouTube won't push my videos unless y'all do it. Sometimes you got to take what's yours and go. Right? We always think of this as like a shady card, but really, he's like, I'm leaving those two. I'm just taking what I can carry and I'm going. I am going. This guy, Lord, it's going to take him a while to get home. I just kind of feel like he's looking back at him like, I'm going. I don't know. I've never had such a positive vibe from this card, but I'm really feeling it today. Good for you, dude. Sometimes you got to do that, right? He's saying, okay, I looked at it. I don't need those two. They ain't mine. I'm taking what's mine. I'm going. He knows how to put them in his arsenal. Look at him. He's like, get out of here. I'm going to get out of here before that devil comes up on my butt. Right? He's probably close behind. Okay. And then this one right after it. Y'all, I usually hate getting these cards, and I'm just feeling it for these dudes. I don't know why. Like, get yours, dude. Sometimes you got to do that. It's a whole lot better than this, isn't it? I ain't got no patience for this. Because I spent so long there. Right? The anxiety, the worry, this depression. Poor, pitiful me. All this happened to me. You don't realize how lucky you are that it happened for you. How much stronger you're going to be when you figure that out. Absolutely, Phoenix. Okay, guys. Let's, I got to get back on my videos. I want to finish up all the 2020s this weekend. They are, the 2020 readings are meant to, I prayed over each one of them. Spirit is giving them to me in such a way where you will get a personalized message if you watch all three. Now, I'm not saying do it all at the same time. I've got them all. I went hours and organized my page so that it's easy for you. Do it when you got time and when you're feeling Spirit say, you're ready to listen now, right? Don't go into it looking. Release all expectation and go into it listening, right? Go into it listening. Don't go looking for an answer. Just say, Spirit, what you got to say to me? Maybe take some notes and then look back over them later and say, oh, there's that message for me that Val said would be there. Okay? I've worked really hard on these, so I really hope that you all will take advantage of them the way that they're meant to be. I think that's why I'm trying to keep them under 30 minutes. I can't on all of them. But that way, you know, you can watch them and not spend 3 days watching them. But some of you, that might be the case, you know, whenever Spirit's ready to talk. But it's going to lighten some of your loads. This cycle is ending. It's ending, you guys. And the reason have you noticed Spirit pushing me to get on here more and more and more, be more and more authentic, be more and more authentic? You're welcome. Thank you, guys. Oh, you guys are so wonderful. Thank you. But have you noticed how Spirit's pushing me more and more? Because, you guys, this change in the wind is coming. There's a shift. And if you're subscribed to this channel, if you are subscribing to the energy, right? If you are a part of this soul tribe, that means you're vibing with what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're going to be exactly in the same spot, but we are going through the same energies, right? then Spirit is saying, you're in the right place. It's supposed to hurt right now. You're supposed to be feeling right now. We are in that Scorpio season where this is exactly where you're supposed to be. But we're finishing it up. We're finishing it up. And what have I said, you guys? If you are vibing with me, there ain't no more pain for you. Once you do this and fully do this, when you fully do this, Spirit no longer has to teach you through tower moments. Once you fully do this, Spirit starts teaching you through downloads. 2020 is going to be amazing. Spirit just wants you walking into it right. When you feel the oppression of all this intense energy, right? I mean, even out of Scorpio season, right now, Mercury is in Scorpio and Mars is in Scorpio. I'm a Virgo. So for my Geminis out there, Gemini, Virgo, we are double whammied right now with some Scorpio energy. It's intense, but it's also lucky us, right? We get more intense energy, which means more intense learning if we choose to step into that. Also makes you horny. Nothing you can do about that either. Well, there's plenty you can do about that, but there's a lot of intense energy right now, you guys. And the point is that if you're willing to truly step into it, which means when you have, sorry, I'm listening. Okay, when you have they're giving me the feeling and not the word. The oppressive, like anxiety, depression, those are the only words I can come up with the feeling I'm getting. Intense, this, right? Step outside of yourself and say, what is this teaching me? What is this feeling teaching me? Even they're saying irritation. Every single person that you are irritated with ever is simply reflecting back something for you to learn about yourself. And I'm not saying their irritating quality is exactly what you have. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's growth there. Why are you irritated? Truly step out of it and look at it as if you are your own spirit guide, because you are. Your higher self is guiding you. So step out of it and really look at it like it was someone else. I bet you'd be a lot kinder to them. Some of you are too hard on yourselves, they're saying. Way too hard on yourselves. My gosh, do you know the path you've chosen to be a teacher of this time? It means this. It means this. Right? Pain is growth. It is a heavy burden. It is a responsibility, but you don't know how close to home you are. Look back there. He can't see because all of those burdens are covering his eyes. But if he were to set those down, he'd see he's right there. Home is right there. You can't see how close he is because he's been going so long. You're coming back up on the wheel if you're willing to look at it. Oh, honey. Lunar Ascension. It's not me. It's not me. It's them. Like I said. You know what I mean? Oh, Phoenix, I love that. I love that. I love that. And truly, I think you're a little bit ahead of where I am in the game, right? I'm still in the looking at it phase. But you know, it's time for you to start teaching. You know, you really need to find a shamanic what's the word for that? Guru, shamanic teacher, shamanic something. A shaman. So funny. So funny, so funny, so funny. Okay, guys. So, to finish up, when you watch your 2020s, make sure that you're really looking at all three. There's a message for you, okay? Many people actually resonate more with their moon sign after the age of 30 than anything. Most people resonate more with their rising sign between the ages of like, in their 20s, because that's what you show to the world. And most times in our 20s, we don't understand that what we show to the world is not really us. right? We're testing out perspectives, right? But after the age of 30, most people's rising signs stop having so much of an effect on them, and they start resonating more with their moon sign, which are the qualities you came here with. Your sun sign is what you're here to learn. So, for instance, I'm a Virgo sun. I'm here to learn about qualities of Virgo. I'm here to learn to be more organized. It doesn't make me naturally organized, but spirit will put things in my way to force organization, to force analyzing. Shoot, I was a military analyst for the National Security Agency for years, right? I read tarot cards, which is nothing but analyzing patterns, numbers, symbols, right? Forcing you into a path in order for you to grow. I chose to come here and learn the qualities of Virgo. Okay? Your moon sign are your like kind of, I consider like a toolbox of your special gifts. Like this is what you've honed through many lifetimes, right? I'm a Leo moon. It's easy for me to get on camera and be authentic because I've probably done it before. You know, this is a Leo inner strength. I've already been through heck and back, you know. Those are the qualities I came here as. If you're a Leo sun, you will be seeking that light because you're here to learn how to be authentic, right? So you're going to be forced into situations. I always say my Leos have more embarrassing moments than anyone I know because that's what you're kind of here to learn, how to not care about that kind of stuff, you know? So when you go read these three together, you can think of it in that context and then do some journaling. Just write down keywords that come out, right? I also want y'all to real quick go and look at the Scorpio video at minute 3:50. 3 minutes, 50 seconds, and watch whenever I'm sitting there shuffling. If you heard the beginning of the video, you know the story already. And I'm like, so help me find a name for that guy. If somebody's able to hear him and maybe I can't on my frequency level, ask him what his name is. Maybe he'll tell you. I keep wanting to call him Alan. I do feel like since we've done this video, I feel like more of a male presence. Like he understood that I was asking that question, are you a girl or a boy? And I said I wasn't feeling earlier. Now I feel like it's more of a male presence. Maybe Alan. I don't know an Alan. So if anybody know an Alan out there who might be, there's a reason he's trying to talk to me and he can't. But he's more, I'm feeling like a excitement, like somebody sees me, finally, you know? or I don't see him, but I definitely hear you. Yeah, like he's getting excited right now. He starts tapping. So anyway, y'all have got to go watch that because in the Scorpio video, I was sitting there and I was like, and I sit there and stare over there for a while. And I'm pretty sure people probably thought I was talking to my dogs. I never clarified. But I was like, you are distracting me. And the cards start flying everywhere. It was just so funny. So go watch that. And thirdly, at the top of the description, down below where I put all these decks, all of them are down there. If you want to do the tarot class, make sure you get the vice versa and the traditional radiant rider waite. Although I would be fine with you getting this one as well because it's the same. It's based on the same symbology. Any rider waite deck, but make sure you do have the vice versa. But I won't say you have to, but I'm telling you, this will be your new favorite deck. It's best to learn reversals. You know what I mean? To truly learn them. It's a whole lot easier to say, you know, here's Ace of Pentacles and here's Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's a whole lot easier to teach you. Here's Ace of Wands. Here's Ace of Wands in reverse, right? Lightning striking now. No more waiting. God handed you this opportunity. There's no more time. There's no more time. No more time. Okay? But if you're just learning tarot and you get it like this, you don't know that lightning's there. You don't know. You know what I mean? So that's the reason I'm telling you to get both. But you don't have to. It was just a suggestion. Because I've had people, anyway, weird messages coming in on the whole tarot class thing. The tarot class thing is going to start directly after I finish the 2020 readings. I'm about halfway done. And I'm going to finish them up this weekend. So that means the tarot class is probably going to start Sunday or Monday. Which are my days off. So it could be Tuesday. It depends on how I'm feeling. Another ace. You guys, they tell you when to look down. I'm going to teach all this to you. So the song that I channeled in at the beginning, and like I said, the words I used are only the words that were in my head because I don't know how to speak Navajo. But if anybody does speak Navajo or anybody can translate it, that would be cool. I'd like to know what it means. But go click the link at the bottom. It says channeled song and it'll take you right to the song. And man, I felt it in my soul. Y'all will have to please come back and comment in this video to let me know if you felt it like I did, because you're in my soul tribe. So I think that you're going to feel it too. It resonates with a place in your soul, like you're like, I know this. Or it could have just been a past life thing for me. But tell me if you feel it. You know what I mean? Okay, good. Phoenix, make sure you come back and comment and let me know. Awesome. I definitely feel like a Native American vibe for you as well. So I would not be surprised if you had a, hey, maybe we're Indians together. Actually, in my ancestral bloodline, I was told that we were Blackfoot. And that's why my mother's name is Vesta, which is actually a Greek goddess. But it was because my Mima did not know how to pronounce Vista, which was, Buena Vista was my great grandmother's name. She was Indian. Anyway, so interesting little backstory there. And then everybody started calling her Vesta, and my mom didn't even know it was a Greek goddess until she was like an adult. So it's funny. All right. I love you all dearly. Oh, my soul tribe. I'm manifesting joy and love. Thank you for just being here for me when this channeling gets really hard. I'm so happy and blessed to have you. I don't know how I ever lived without you. I'm sure that I've spent many lifetimes with many of you. There's a reason that we connect with each other's energy. I cannot tell you how many of your guides come in, and I feel like it's like literally like they're all just sitting everywhere having coffee and chatting among each other. And every occasionally somebody will say, oh, he's saying this and she's saying this. And, you know, they have certain frequencies that they can speak to, but my guides help them to translate. So I love you all dearly. They say, don't waste your hate, rather gather and create. Be of service, be a sensible person. Use your words and don't be nervous. You can do this, you've got purpose. Find your medicine and use it. Love you, my soul tribe. Catch you on the flip side.